Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make an IKEA coffee table in Google Sketchup, and this is really just to help you for your benches project. To get the most use out of this tutorial, I suggest you follow the steps that I do so you can familiarize yourself with the program. But again, you can also just use this tutorial for reference if you'd like. So the first thing that we're going to do is open up Google Sketchup. And if you look at your start menu, you'll see Google Sketchup 7 and Google Sketchup 8. I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to do this in Google Sketchup 8, but it should be about the same for Google Sketchup 7 if you use that or if you have that at home. So the first thing that'll come up is this window. And you're going to have to choose a template. My suggestion to you, there's a bunch of different templates you can use, but my suggestion to you is to use the plain view, feet and inches. I just find that this template is the easiest to use, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. Okay, so as you can see, you have an x-axis right here, you have a y-axis, and then once I kind of turn this thing around, you'll begin to see different things. I'm just going to play around with this a little bit just to show you some of the features. So I'm going to make a rectangle here, and I'm going to introduce you to a couple of tools here. The first is this hand tool. This hand tool will allow you to drag, whatever shape you create, around down the x-axis or the x-axis in this direction or the y-axis or even the z-axis right here. Okay. The second tool that I want to show you is the zoom tool. To zoom out, to zoom in, you're going to zoom closer into the screen. To zoom out, you're going to pull the cursor away from the screen. And this tool right here is an orbit tool, and this is one of my favorite tools. It allows you to kind of, change what direction you're looking at this in. And, unfortunately, this rectangle is a 2D figure, so it's, kind of hard to see it changing right now. The last tool that I'm going to show you for right now is this zoom extent, and what this does is it takes whatever object you have and just fits it to the screen. So sometimes if I need to get my bearings on what I'm drawing, I'll do this and then I'll zoom out if I need to. Okay, so hopefully you've played around with these tools a little bit and you kind of understand how they work. So the next thing I'm going to do is just start a new document or a new template. And now I'm going to go to my sketch, or in your mind you probably already know what measurements you want your benches to be. I'm just going to go based off of this IKEA coffee table, and I've already measured it, and this is about 2 inches wide this way, and it goes back about 2 inches. And so I'm going to go ahead and sketch a rectangle, or a square that actually represents these measurements. So I'm going to go back to my Google Sketchup, and there's this really cool tool. This is the tape measure, and if you notice down here there's no numbers, but this is going to tell you the length that I end up measuring. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to put the corner of this left front leg right here. I'm going to put it in the corner of my X and Y axis right here. And I'm going to measure out what I want my measurements to be before I start drawing things, so that way I know that it's pretty accurate. Now if you notice here, the one little dash mark right here represents feet generally, and then the 2 dashes represents inches. But you have to be a little careful and make sure that it's not talking about inches or feet. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Let's see, tape measure. Okay, so here we go. Let's see here. Oops. Okay, so far if you look at the bottom corner, if you look at the number right in front of the tape measure, let's see. So far it says we're at 3 inches, which is still too big for what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to try measuring again. Oops, sorry about that. Let's see, we're at, okay, so we've passed the 2 mark just about. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now it makes a little mark right here. And I know I go back 2 inches as well. So I'm going to use this tape measure again and get my 2 inches. Oop, past it. Okay, I'm going to click again on the mouse. And so we have 2 little points right here. And now I'm going to make my square look like that. Okay. Okay, so now we have this rectangle drawn. And this square, excuse me, the square is going to become the leg of the IKEA table. And I've already gone ahead and measured the height of the leg, and the height of the leg is about 1 foot and 3 inches. Before I actually draw that on, I'm going to use my tape measure to help me measure out 1 foot and 3 inches. And I'm also going to use my orbits tool to kind of rotate around so I can see the z-axis right here. And use my tape measure and mark off 1 foot. So right now we're at 1 foot and 4 inches. Let's go back down to 1 foot and 3. Almost there, I think. Oh, just past it. Ah. Okay, there we go. So we have this mark. And now we're going to use this tool. It's really cool because it's called the push or pull tool. And it allows you to make whatever 2D that you made, or whatever 2D shape that you've created, and actually pull it up and make it 3D. Now the trick to using this tool though is making sure that you actually select it. And when you've selected the shape, you'll see little polka dots in the middle. Alright, so now that we've selected it, I can pull it up, and I'm going to pull it up to where I marked it off, to 1 foot and 3 inches, just like that.